This is peer group number 4, and our topic is the legalization of marijuana nationwide.
So one of the stakeholders who would be interested in the national or nationwide legalization of marijuana would be past and present users of recreational weed. So that includes inmates who potentially have charges that could be dropped with the legalization and released from prison.
Along with that, police will be focusing more on bigger crimes, being that they are not going to have to deal with busting people for this issue. They can focus on just more issues that are going on in society.
This can also help with the taxpayers who feel like their money isn't being used properly with the housing of inmates that they don't believe has fairly been charged. It could help just in general with others who have issues, because this taxpayer money could be used towards rehab facilities, rehab programs, anything that could help citizens in a meaningful way.
Another one of the stakeholders for the legalization of nationwide marijuana is people who would need medical marijuana in their treatments. It's legal in quite a few states, but it's really hard to get and it can be really expensive. So if it were legalized in all 50 states, it'd be less expensive and it would help people with range from all kinds of medical disorders, from like anxiety to epilepsy.
Not only that, but it would lower the medical bills that people would have for like harder drugs and opioids that they would prescribe, which can become really addictive and really hard to like stop using once you've been on them for a while. And marijuana is a non-addictive drug, and it would be a lot cheaper than going and buying medicine from the pharmaceutical companies, which are gaining billions and billions every year just to use at our disadvantage. So if we could legalize it, then it would really help us in the end as the citizens and the taxpayers, rather than giving it back to the government.
Another stakeholder of the national legalization of marijuana would be the economy as a whole.
Since we have one of the largest economies in the world, other countries will be affected by this.
And our economy would be affected because new businesses would be started up, and like investors would invest into them, and they'd create jobs, and the whole market would boost off of it.
Just saying.
Nice.
Another stakeholder in the national legalization of marijuana would be the economy as a whole.
This relates to people trying to start business.
Another stakeholder. Another stakeholder from the national legalization of marijuana would be the economy as a whole.
This pertains to like people trying to start businesses based off